Welcome to this overview of the key components of Spotlight Cloud, what they do and how they interact with each other. Let's start on-premise. So on-premise, you'll have your monitored connections. That will be SQL Server, the operating system upon which it's installed. That could be Windows or Linux. And then if appropriate, VMware or Hyper-V. When you sign up for Spotlight Cloud, you'll be prompted to download and install the Spotlight Cloud Diagnostic Server and the associated Diagnostic Server app. The Diagnostic Server has three key tasks. Number one, it's responsible for the agentless collection of performance data from your monitored connections. It does this in such a way as to minimize any impact on the monitored connection. So for example, on SQL Server, typically it would have less than 1% impact on the workload of the monitored connection. It is also responsible for the transmission of this data to Spotlight Cloud. And number three, it's responsible for the configuration of key characteristics of how data is collected, how alarms are triggered, what thresholds trigger these alarms, what rules should apply when alarms are activated. So for example, should we run a SQL script? Should we contact a particular person? Should we do nothing for a particular instance for this alarm type? All these alarms can be configured via the Diagnostic Server app, which is installed alongside the Diagnostic Server itself. So there's many aspects of Spotlight Cloud that you can customize and configure, and we'll cover this in a video later in this series, specifically on the Diagnostic Server app. So if you're used to using an on-premise diagnostics and monitoring tool, at this point you'd be expecting to see on-premise repositories to store the performance data. And these typically are the parts of a diagnostics ecosystem that take most effort to install and to configure and need most resource to run because they can get quite large. We collect about 200 metrics across your whole ecosystem. Some of them are collected as often as every second. They have to be stored on an ongoing basis. Luckily, Spotlight Cloud doesn't have that problem because Spotlight Cloud will relay your performance data to a Spotlight Cloud repository. So you no longer have to worry about having repositories on premise. So the Diagnostic Server is responsible for that data transmission. When you set up the Diagnostic Server, you associate a Spotlight Cloud account with it. That's used to authenticate any communication with Spotlight Cloud. The Diagnostic Server interacts with an ingest service in Spotlight Cloud, and that ingest service performs a number of operations on the data as it's uploaded to Spotlight Cloud to optimize it for the diagnostic workflows you will run later. The key user interface for Spotlight Cloud is the browser. So the browser contains all the key user interface components, all the diagnostic drill downs and workflows that you need to solve just about any SQL Server problem. Another addition to the Spotlight Cloud solution space has been the mobile app. These are not browser-based user interfaces that are running on mobile phones or on tablets. These are apps that are built specifically for iOS and Android and optimized for the device you're running on. Downloading and installing these apps is very straightforward. You go to the App Store or the Play Store, download, put in your Spotlight Cloud credentials, and you're up and running. The final aspect of Spotlight Cloud comes via an extension to SQL Server Management Studio. So the role of these extensions is to bring Spotlight capability right inside SQL Server Management Studio. So the first key component is Spotlight Tuning Pack. This has a powerful plan viewer that allows you to easily home in on problem areas within a particular plan. It also has a plan advisor, which gives you some advisories on how you might optimize a particular plan. And it even has a SQL optimization tool to allow you to optimize the SQL code itself. All of that is wrapped up and delivered in the extension so you can work with it right inside SQL Server Management Studio. Coming soon, we'll also add to the extensions, and we'll add a viewer, a Spotlight Cloud viewer, so that you can view your Spotlight Cloud repository again from within Management Studio. So as a SaaS solution, Spotlight Cloud is really easy to install and get going on. Download your Diagnostic Server, set up some minimal configuration, and you're basically up and running. To set up mobile, download the app, put in your credentials, and you're up and running. To download extensions to Management Studio, download the extensions, install them, add your Spotlight Cloud credentials, and you're up and going. So that allows you to access extremely powerful capability anytime, anywhere, and any device. In the coming guide, we'll delve into each of these components in detail, and I hope you enjoy your review of Spotlight Cloud.